My name is Ibrahim Mahama. I'm a visual artist and I come from Tamale, Ghana. The jute bags, it started coming into my work in 2011. And I thought it was really interesting in terms of how this object was somehow very fluid, and yet the bodies that had created these things were somehow static or rigid. I came back to Ghana looking at the aesthetical qualities of the material and trying to see how these commodities had left residues, various residues within the bag in an aesthetical form. Here, we're woven textiles coming from Ghana. We've flown it over to Guimarães, and then we're going to somehow weave the textile into the loom. So it almost seems like this loom has somehow produced this textile, but they are coming from two separate entities. So I'm interested in the dialogue. I simply wanted to somehow go through a series of different geographical landscapes, collecting the different materials, and then bringing it into the studio context where we work with different bodies in the form of stitching these materials, allowing all the individual bags, wherever they were coming from, to somehow come with a collective memories so we could somehow tell a story. It allows for both the human to be able to connect to the material, but also it allows for a new kind of relationship between the object and the space that it finds itself. Like in the case of the wall, it allows for maybe a relationship between the textile and the wall, maybe in relation to the history between Ghana and, let's say, Portugal. The loom is not just acting as a mechanical being that is creating something that we have to use. The textile also comes in with its own stories and also comes in almost like a sculpture. So together with the architecture and also like the loom, it creates this kind of interesting wave within the space. Design with the textile, the relationship between the loom that has been made here in Portugal versus the textile piece which is woven in Ghana in different looms and then transported here and something that weaves itself back into the loom. I always believe that art is all around us, and it's in the city, it's within history in terms of forms that you find it in. And when I'm walking around the city or traveling, I find myself a member of the audience where I have to learn from the things that I see and try to find ways of reinterpreting it, and I bring it into artistic context and then sharing it again.